Welcome back to the channel where reality hits harder than fiction. In today's body cam footage, officers respond to what looks like a normal call until everything goes sideways. From the first command to the final outcome, this is raw, uncut law enforcement in action. Let's get into it.
On May 29th, 2025, on Interstate 75 in Franklin Township, Ohio State Police observed a GMC Envoy traveling at speeds exceeding 82 miles per hour. When officers activated their emergency equipment to stop the vehicle, the driver failed to comply, prompting a high-speed pursuit.
Southbound 30 over 6, 85 miles per hour, right lane, bottom traffic.
They're not usually available to spike the six. Take that radio.
White female driver, black hair, 40s.
When officers signaled for the vehicle to stop, the driver defiantly continued, accelerating recklessly. But what happened next completely turned the pursuit around.
Off the right side of the road, right on 31, right 31, start EMS.
Lot signal 5, perfectly turned off the red, pulled over about 6 times.
Yeah.
Hey, fire hydrant.
No seatbelt.
I smell something. Hey! He's alive. Come out!
The vehicle suddenly lost control and flipped multiple times. The driver, Jennifer Wilson, was transported to the hospital with minor injuries and subsequently arrested by police. She now faces multiple serious charges, including driving under the influence, failure to obey a lawful order, and causing a hit-and-run accident. On March 22, 2024, Florida Patrolman Sapp was driving on I-75 when a white Honda tore past at an alarming speed, its headlights and wipers on despite the clear sky. When the driver swerved back behind the patrol car, it signaled that something was about to erupt, and what happened next turned everything upside down. When the emergency lights came on, the Honda briefly slowed, then suddenly shot forward, darting across lanes and making a reckless U-turn at the 318 marker. narrowly avoiding disaster chaos erupted as it sped the wrong way down County Road 48. But the true climax came when officers committed to a decisive, fateful pit maneuver.
Hit the vehicle pit.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
48. 4.
Get out of the car!
It has been notified.
Get out of the car!
Has the EMS 51. 4-8 and 13-15 advised status of the driver. David at 13-15, racing 27, can you advise? Reference the driver. He's alert and oriented. Top 4 driver's alert and oriented. Top 4, he's still inside the vehicle, with the out of the vehicle.
Um, 26 on the first sheet. Can you get a sergeant 51? You Lieutenant 1051 as well?
40-851, would you like me to advise 6-5?
The pit maneuver sent the Honda skidding across the road, smashing into a mailbox before flipping over. The driver, James R. Parridge, was pulled from the wreck, paranoid, incoherent, and briefly unconscious. After receiving medical attention and being read his Miranda rights, he was transported to the Sumter County Detention Center. The takeaway is simple: defying the law only guarantees trouble.
At around 9:33 p.m. on February 23, 2025, Trooper Harris spotted a gray Chevrolet Corvette racing eastbound in the third lane of Interstate 630 near Fair Park Avenue. From his position on the right shoulder, Harris had his front radar locked in and confirmed the Corvette was pushing 92 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. He pulled onto the interstate, activating his emergency lights and siren in an attempt to stop the vehicle. But the driver wasn't slowing down. Instead, the Corvette continued eastbound at over 90 miles per hour, weaving recklessly between lanes of moderate traffic, clear signs the driver was determined to outrun law enforcement. At South Cedar Street and West 21st Street, Trooper Harris lost sight of the speeding Chevrolet Corvette and ended the pursuit. At approximately 9:38 p.m., Little Rock Police Chief Timothy Brown located the car and briefly engaged in a high-speed chase before losing it again. Trooper Harris then coordinated with the Little Rock Police Department's real-time crime center. Using city cameras, the center confirmed the vehicle as a gray Chevrolet Corvette with Tennessee license plate BSS 6174, last seen traveling northbound on John Barrow Road. Arkansas State Police units moved into the area to intercept. At approximately 10:03 p.m., Sergeant Corey Earls spotted the car and initiated another pursuit. A few minutes later, the driver lost control and struck the center median, sending the Chevrolet Corvette airborne before it left the roadway and came to a stop. Officers quickly moved in and took the driver into custody without further incident. The driver stated that he had been residing in Arkansas for more than 30 days. He was identified as Jorge Rubio, a 23-year-old Hispanic male from Tennessee. Rubio was transported to Baptist Health Medical Center in Little Rock for medical evaluation, then booked into the Pulaski County Regional Detention Facility.
On January 18, 2021, Sacramento Sheriff deputies spotted an SUV parked in an alley behind a business near Arden Way and Avondale Avenue. The vehicle matched the description of a recently reported stolen car. When deputies instructed the driver to exit the vehicle, the suspect refused, instead accelerating and fleeing the scene, sparking a high-speed pursuit. The suspect managed to navigate out of the residential area and began driving recklessly, weaving through traffic at high speeds in a desperate attempt to evade capture. His erratic maneuvers endangered everyone on the road, intensifying the pursuit.
31 and 20, 1022.
There was cars not able to get a hit there. Guys are pretty pretty bad at record rig. Sir, 3 North Road. Northbound now.
Copy.
Alright, so we are westbound on Hurley through the red.
Long red light begins vehicle description is a gold Chevrolet.
Meanwhile, the suspect's tire was deflated by a spike strip deployed by deputies, significantly impacting the dynamics of the chase. With a damaged tire, the suspect's ability to maintain control at high speeds was compromised, making it increasingly difficult to evade law enforcement.
And car is continuing now. So southbound even, and now we're turning into Kellingsville. The street turn westbound. Hey, number 10-4 unit, hit him again. Not on the bike path. He's about 400 pounds. I don't think he's running. Just over pound with the horse track on the south side. Rolls down.
The suspect's vehicle began falling apart with pieces flying off as it struggled to maintain speed and control. At this point, it was clear that there was nothing the suspect could do to evade the multiple patrol cars closing in on him. The pursuit was nearing its inevitable conclusion. After crashing into a fence, the suspect remained inside the vehicle and refused to exit, despite commands from officers. Suddenly, the suspect opened fire at the officers, leading to an intense exchange of gunfire. Officers returned fire, eventually forcing the suspect to surrender. Tragically, one officer was struck during the shootout and later succumbed to their injuries at the hospital. The suspect was taken into custody, marking a grim and somber end to this dangerous pursuit.
Messing with stuff, yeah, I'm gonna run off the road.
It's 6:30 in the afternoon, and Officer Josh Middleton with the Hazen PD is attempting to pull over this 2006 Dodge Charger for a traffic violation.
10-4. Y'all come on, I don't know what he's doing. He's throwing a bag around. We're at the end of the ramp. Shut it off! Turn it off! Turn the car off!
The driver is refusing to turn off the engine.
Turn it off!
And just like that, he takes off.
He's running. He took a left. We're going over the overpass. We're going to get back on the interstate. Nope, he's going the wrong. He's trying to turn around. I hit him.
And he hit him again.
Y'all come on, we're on the eastbound ramp. He's still taking off on me.
The driver now tries to get away by driving in reverse.
I've done pitted him twice. He keeps spinning around in this dirt. We're right here. We keep hitting. Come on. Hands! Hands! Show me your hands! Shut it off!
He's got the driver at gunpoint,
Hands!
but instead of giving up, the driver simply revs the engine.
Get it, ladies!
Sergeant Clayton Dillion arrives on the scene.
Move, cross the road! That's always taking off again.
And there he goes again, taking off in a cloud of dust.
Clayton, I can't see. And so we're going back across the overpass. Passing Loves. He's got rear end, looks like loose. He's going to lose it here in a minute. Clayton, come around me. Come on.
Sergeant Dillion is now taking over as the lead car in this pursuit.
Cookie, let Clayton around.
The Charger, with its back axle now broken, is struggling to maintain control.
Okay, so we're coming up on Tampa Road. He's in bad shape.
Cookie, let me around you. I've already got damage from him hitting me. Whoever's coming at us, watch him. He's already hit me twice.
10-4, I got a spike set up right here.
All right, Clayton, back off.
Up ahead, an officer awaits with stop sticks.
Take cover, take cover.
He swerves to avoid the spikes and hits the truck.
He missed him, he hit a truck.
And still, the car keeps on going, but not for long.
Go one, dog. Take him out now. I'm on the phone with him. Hey, took him out.
They now have the driver surrounded at gunpoint.
Get your ass down. You lay the down. Clear the vehicle, Cookie. Clear the vehicle. Well, that was stupid. I know, bro.
And he is placed under arrest.
Why didn't you stop? Hey, you got felony fleeing and a whole bunch of other charges. Will I be able to get out tonight? No.
In the early morning hours of October 23, 2025, an Arkansas Highway Patrol officer was patrolling I-630 West near the university exit when a GMC sped past him at nearly 80 miles per hour, well over the speed limit. When the officer activated his sirens, the driver, instead of stopping, sped off at a furious pace.
I'm not really sure what his plan is. He's trying to... Maybe westbound on Cantrell. TBI. You see your hands, dude? Show me your hands. Show me your fucking hands. Put them up. Put them up. Put your hands up. Put them the fuck up. Hey. Put them up. Get on the ground. 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 Hands behind your back. Hey, do you want to call your girl? Yes, please. Oh, no, we're good.
Moments later, police executed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and stop. The driver tried to flee on foot, but officers quickly caught and arrested him without further incident. He was identified as Vernon Jones and booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center on multiple felony charges.
In Gaithersburg, Maryland, on May 20th, 2023, officers responded to a welfare check where they found a lone driver who appeared intoxicated with a gun on his lap. As they attempted to prevent him from leaving, the suspect put the car in drive and took off, sparking a high-risk pursuit. With a firearm in play and impaired judgment, this situation had all the makings of a dangerous showdown.
Armed with handgun, rammed cruisers, and his DUI at 519.
Get a helicopter in here.
Direct requesting helicopter at 520.
Tag. We're approaching Montgomery Ave.
Approaching Montgomery Ave.
While fleeing on Interstate 270, the suspect attempted to change lanes when suddenly something happened that none of the officers expected.
Oh. Bail out, bail out. Crash, crash, crash. Let me see your heads. Let me see your heads. Oh, he ejected.
The suspect lost control and crashed south of Route 28, resulting in a violent collision. The impact ejected the driver from the vehicle, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials later identified him as 37-year-old Lawrence White of Washington, D.C. The crash also involved other vehicles, leaving 2 adults in a separate car injured. They were transported to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
On May 11, 2025, the Hazeltine National Drive intersection suddenly transformed into a street arena, with dozens of cars roaring and doing donuts to the cheers of the crowd. But as soon as the Florida Highway Patrol arrived, the reckless scene turned into a tense confrontation.
Taking a U-turn now, coming back westbound. The lid is purple. Give me a charger. You get the flare. It's going to be a charger. 4-door stand. 2-foot occupants got out. There's still 2.
As police moved in to block the road, chaos erupted. A black sedan suddenly slammed into a patrol car, causing a violent collision. Minutes later, another wave of vehicles attempted to break through the barricade, forcing police to fight to regain control. Police eventually prevailed, subduing the suspects and taking them to the Orange County Jail on a slew of serious charges.
On July 8, 2025, around 10:19 p.m., the Florida Highway Patrol was notified of a Collier County deputy in a high-speed pursuit eastbound on Corkscrew Road. Trooper David Blake, working an off-duty traffic detail nearby, saw a gray GMC Yukon speeding past at about 100 miles per hour, followed by the deputy's marked unit with lights and sirens activated. Noting the deputy was outside his jurisdiction and without local support, Trooper Blake entered the roadway, activated his emergency lights, and took over the pursuit. Trooper Blake notified dispatch, providing a description of the suspect vehicle, license plate information, speed, traffic flow, and weather conditions. The suspect continued fleeing eastbound on Corkscrew Road at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, weaving through traffic and passing in no passing zones. The posted speed limit was 45 miles per hour. The suspect's driving was reckless and deliberate, showing a clear disregard for public safety and posing an immediate danger to others. Trooper Blake accelerated and moved ahead of the suspect vehicle in an attempt to slow it down, but the driver tried to pass, forcing Trooper Blake to initiate a pit maneuver. The impact caused the vehicle to spin and crash into a southern roadside ditch, coming to rest off the highway. All occupants were taken into custody shortly after. The driver, Jorge Rea, had a long history of license suspensions and revocations, with prior convictions for fleeing police, DUI, refusing lawful testing, drug violations, and criminal noncompliance. He was classified as a habitual traffic offender with 5 convictions for driving on a suspended license and 1 for fleeing to elude. Passenger Mariah Gray was found to have an active felony warrant out of Lee County, confirmed by authorities.
If I don't be in there, Cole, yeah, have a seat.
On March 21st, 2023, deputies from the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office were conducting routine patrols when they observed a vehicle committing a traffic violation. As the deputy activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop, the driver suddenly fled the scene, leaving a passenger behind and escalating the situation.
Driver! Hey, show me your hands! Put your hands up! Driver, turn off the car! Put the keys out the window!
60 vehicles taken off, passengers out of the car, he's compliant, standing on the side of the road. 60 is going to be disabled soon here, both of his front tires are down, in the car. 60, his left front tire just came off.
At that point, the deputy radioed for backup and requested assistance from additional units. Officers quickly positioned themselves throughout the area as the pursuit continued, determined to bring the reckless driver to justice.
Sheriff 154, letting you know when Winnebago County is requesting we discontinue.
Do we have any troopers in Winnebago County instead of the chief?
Roger.
60, he almost just lost it there. We are 26 coming from 41 miles here.
We do have two state units with us right now. We are continuing north on 26. We're over 41 right now. We are passing that Nora right now on 26.
You advise it's smoking?
Upper, looks like all tires are out too.
Never 90.
Backup officers quickly arrived on the scene, prepared to end the pursuit at any moment. Shortly afterward, an unexpected turn of events brought the chase to an abrupt end.
60 left it.
Temperature 60.
Box it, box it.
Temperature 60.
You got cover? Do not move! You got leave for cover? Do not move! I'm gonna set my dog on you. Do you understand? Don't move! Do not move! Hands on your back. Yep. 60-95. All right. You all right? Are you alright? Are you injured at all? No. Okay. All right. Anything on you? Any guns or anything like that? No. Okay. All right. Roll towards the trooper here on your left shoulder.
Roll towards him?
Yep. All right. I'm gonna search you here. Do you have anything on you at all? No. Why'd you run, man?
I'm not feeling good.
The vehicle eventually lost control and came to a stop in a nearby field. A 26-year-old man from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, was taken into custody. Fortunately, no one was injured. This incident serves as a reminder never to take the law lightly.
What's in your jacket?
On March 8, 2024, an Arkansas Highway Patrol officer was stationed at the Bridgeport Gauge on Interstate 40 West when a drug task force agent alerted him to a dangerous pursuit in West Memphis. The suspect vehicle was speeding recklessly, colliding with other cars, and endangering civilians. The officer quickly spotted the vehicle and joined the chase.
Yeah, I'm primary.
We have ejection. We got EMS for rescue and route.
We got 2 ejected, male and female, both responsive at the moment. Y'all got information on him? Y'all got information on him? Who?
After catching up, Officers executed a pit maneuver, causing the suspect's car to lose control and roll into a ditch. Driver Oscar Block and passenger Patricia Morgan were taken to Regional 1 Health for evaluation, then booked into Crittenden County Jail on multiple felony charges.
On March 10th, 2023, Troop A dispatch received several calls of a male riding an ATV four-wheeler on Interstate 30 East, driving erratically. Trooper observed the four-wheeler driving in the number 3 lane. The driver made abrupt lane changes and took the ramp to Interstate 40 East. Trooper activated emergency lights and siren, and the driver, Curtis Jackson, accelerated and made several lane changes.
I guess it's 37.
Correction, back going on 67 North. Driver, pull over! Driver, pull over!
Straight. I'll try to get the box in.
67 North approaching McCain. Speed 67, moderate traffic. Over!
As the suspect, Curtis Jackson, refused to pull over despite Trooper instructing him multiple times, the pursuit continued further. Realizing that verbal commands weren't effective, troopers decided to box him in and attempted to stop him that way. The situation became more intense as they maneuvered to contain the suspect and bring this dangerous chase to an end.
It's a black male wearing a black jacket, blue shirt.
Black male, black jacket, blue. Come in, around here to 70K.
His back tire just came off.
Oh no, that is not looking good for a suspect.
Just came off.
Right, perfect. Post 2, you don't drink, wheels. No floor rock after wheels and pig, please. We sure would. Can't you make it for me?
We're still rolling.
North of the 3.
7 north of the 3, light traffic, speed 6.
Give it up, buddy. You're done. Pull over. Give it up. You're all done. North approaching Wildwood.
With 3 tires left on the ATV, the suspect knew the chase was over. Realizing he had no chance of outrunning the troopers any longer, he made the decision to pull over.
Okay. Jam on your back. Why are you running, buddy?
I wasn't running. I was trying to get off the freeway, sir.
Are you drunk?
No, sir.
Do you not see us trying to get you stopped?
Yes, sir. I was trying to get off the freeway. I don't have drugs and none of them.
You got anything on you, buddy?
No, sir.
Any guns?
No. No, sir. No. No, sir.
Blow to that.
Change that.
Blow, 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 blow. Look at that.
Alright.
He was still cruising with 3 hours. We ain't talking to you.
What's that say? Or are you too drunk to read it?
0.13, buddy.
I don't know.
You're hammered.
After being taken into custody, Curtis Jackson showed clear signs of intoxication with a strong odor of alcohol and bloodshot eyes. He initially identified himself as James Jackson, but after further questioning admitted to his real identity. A breath test confirmed his blood alcohol content at 0.13, well above the legal limit. After being transported to Pulaski County Jail, another breath test showed a BAC of 0.15. Jackson now faces multiple charges, including fleeing from law enforcement, driving while intoxicated, and operating an ATV on a public highway.
Clear, clear.
On can drive. He's on the drive still forward. Avalon. East on center for still towards Avalon.
On the evening of April 23rd, 2025, Trooper Linkus of the Arkansas Interstate Criminal Patrol responded to a pursuit involving a black Dodge Dart attempting to flee from law enforcement. When Trooper Linkus arrived on the scene, several officers were already engaged in the chase. He quickly took the lead position and began pursuing the vehicle.
Coming up Ridge Road, westbound on Dover. Still bridge checking, still bridge checking. North on Ridge Road, north on Ridge Road.
Cliff. Texas, Frank Boyd, Tom 4105. It's a black Dodge Dart. TVI'd it, but he drove back out of it. He's driving through yards.
A few minutes later, Trooper Linkus executed a tactical vehicle intervention, causing the suspect's vehicle to spin counterclockwise and crash into a nearby parking lot. However, the suspect regained control of the vehicle and began fleeing in the opposite direction.
Advise the other units to get out of the way, and I'll get up here and end it. Hey, middle cop, this is me right here behind you.
I'm gonna stay right, you go left.
Back from her.
Top 6 are Richland Balfour. Top 6 is Richland Balfour.
Shortly after, Trooper Linkus executed another tactical vehicle intervention, causing the suspect's vehicle to crash into a guardrail and come to a stop next to a drainage ditch. Trooper Middlecoff quickly positioned his vehicle to block the suspect's vehicle. The driver then jumped into the front passenger seat and claimed to be a passenger. However, officers confirmed there were no other individuals in the vehicle. The driver was subsequently taken into custody without further incident.
That dude wasn't driving, I think. I don't know. I slammed on my damn brakes and hold on. Yeah, I didn't see it. You see somebody down there? We got everybody. Ready to go. That dude wasn't driving, I don't think. Stand by.
In June 2025 in Brazil, a dangerous high-speed chase unfolded after police officers spotted a motorcycle suspected of being stolen. The patrol immediately activated their sirens and lights, pursuing the vehicle as it attempted to flee. After a tense pursuit, police successfully forced the suspect's vehicle to a stop. One suspect attempted to flee on foot but was quickly captured. Both individuals were taken into custody and transported to the county jail to face related charges. On October 15th, 2023, a tense pursuit erupted on I-75 southbound. The Georgia Highway Patrol was monitoring speeds as usual when a car suddenly smashed past the 70-mile-per-hour limit at 92 miles per hour. Within minutes, the quiet patrol turned into chaos.
Coming up on the next 5, on next 5. Yankee, remember, 7, 6, 4, 5. City of Black and Dark. Speed at 120. Right in the shoulder. He stayed on set at that 435, 38 to 3, 48, 38 to 30 right now. 1050, 1050. 1050, 1050. Everybody Put your hands up. Everybody on the ground. Lay on the ground. Lay on the ground. Lay on the ground. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Please say get up. Get out.
After a short distance, the car lost control, veering off the road before coming to a stop. The driver immediately fled on foot, but in a matter of seconds, police caught and arrested both him and the passenger. All were then transported to Monroe County Jail on multiple felony charges. September 11th, 2020. While on patrol, an Arkansas Highway Patrol officer spotted a stolen black Ford Mustang speeding down the highway. Additional units were called in, sparking a high-stakes pursuit where every second counted, and even the smallest mistake could cost a life. The Mustang swerved recklessly, leaving each patrol car in its wake. Officers pushed their cruisers to 120 miles per hour on the narrow road, tires screaming against the asphalt. As the danger escalated, police executed a precise pit maneuver on a sharp curve, sending the Mustang spinning to a stop. The Mustang came to rest in a ditch after a flawless pit maneuver. The door burst open and within seconds, officers had the driver restrained. He was later booked into the Conway County Jail on multiple felony charges. Defying the law may grant brief freedom, but it can cost a lifetime. On April 18, 2022, Arkansas State Police initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle suspected of speeding. After the vehicle came to a stop and the driver was asked to provide identification, he suddenly fled the scene, escalating the situation into a pursuit. The driver was operating the vehicle at dangerously high speeds and exhibiting extreme reckless behavior, putting other motorists at significant risk. Police promptly notified their unit that they were in pursuit and requested additional assistance. As the pursuit reached a bridge, a pickup truck unexpectedly assisted the police in stopping the fleeing vehicle. The driver exited the car and attempted to flee on foot, but was quickly apprehended. A substantial amount of marijuana was discovered inside the vehicle. The suspect was subsequently transported to the county jail to face related charges.